Alright everybody, so I kind of just wanted to show you all my entire physical PlayStation game collection because recently PlayStation announced that they're going to end all of their physical disc production in 2028 at the start of this month. So that kind of motivated me to show you my game collection, but it's also because I just wanted to really show you my game collection because I got a lot of good games here. I have mostly good games, a couple of guilty pleasures, some bad ones or ones that I don't really prefer that much, but mostly just really good games. So we're gonna start off by showing you my Jimmy John's barbecue potato chips that I got recently. It's an exclusive, and I haven't eaten it yet, so whatever. Stutter, yeah, I'm still stuttering, whatever, but yeah, we're gonna start off with the PS4 games because the PS4 is the first PlayStation console that I ever got, and it's actually a base Uncharted 4 limited edition console, the one that's all grayed out with Nathan Drake on it, with Sick Parvis Magna on it. I don't have the controller that comes with it as well, like the special pale gray blue controller, because I smashed that during a rage quit one time. So that's gone, but whatever. Now I have a PS4 Pro. It's off camera, but there's a PS4 Pro behind me. I got that like a month ago. It came with a third-party controller, so I had to get a real one, like an actual licensed PS4 controller. So whatever. But yeah, PS4 was the first console I ever got for PlayStation. So we're gonna start off with the PS4. First one is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Oh, and these are all in A to Z alphabetical order too. So just to let you know. First one is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It's by far the most popular Call of Duty, mostly because of the zombies mode and the multiplayer where you're like flying around in jetpacks and all that stuff. This copy I got, this is probably either the third or fourth PS4 game I ever got. I got my PS4 all the way back in 2017. I think I might have already told you that, but I don't remember. But I got this, and it's all faded out, as you can tell. The disc is all faded out. The Nuketown code is all faded out because I'm pretty sure the orange is supposed to be a lot more vibrant than this, but can't really tell you what. But it's a fun game. Campaign is fine for what it is. The huge brain melter. Multiplayer is fun. I'm not a multiplayer guy, but it's fun for other people. And zombies is zombies. Easily the best zombies mode in all of Call of Duty. So yeah, there's Black Ops 3. Second one I have is Days Gone. I got this right around the time it came out in either April or May of 2019. So this is my early copy of Days Gone. It's basically just like the Last of Us, but open world. I noticed that a lot when I was playing there's a lot of things, a lot of similar things to The Last of Us, like the UI, the crosshair, just the overall vibe that it's trying to get off, something about the story and the open world. It's basically just open world Last of Us plus a lot of hordes, so it's fine. I didn't really play too much of it. I kind of got bored of it after a while, but I have that. Third one I have is Dead by Daylight. I got this during Christmas of 2017 or 2018, and I barely played it because it's a multiplayer game. But it's a very popular game. It's got a huge community. But I never played it because, like I said, multiplayer games just aren't my thing. So I avoid multiplayer as much as possible. But yeah, here's Dead by Daylight. Dead Island, the Definitive Edition Collection. Supposed to come with a Dead Island Riptide. It's supposed to have like a code with it, but the code that I got for it doesn't actually work. Yeah, because it says that the code expired in May of 31 or 2026. But the problem is that there's no numbers on the back. There's no numbers or letters on the back, so the code just doesn't work. So I only got the first game, which is fine because I didn't really like Riptide. It was way too hard, so I'm fine with not having Riptide, but still, the code should have worked, or should have given me 2 discs. That's all it gives you. It's just 1 disc. It says Definitive Collection, but it's just the first game, which is dumb. Oh, and you also can't even play Retro Revenge as well, because the code just didn't work. It didn't give me any numbers or letters in the code. So yeah, that's Dead Island remastered. The Dying Light graphics don't really fit it at all. Speaking of Dying Light, here's Dying Light. Really liked Dying Light. Very fun game. It can be a little annoying sometimes, especially with the virals always coming after you whenever you make a noise. But it's a fun game. It's supposedly the best zombie game ever made. Everybody says it's the best zombie game ever made. So I hope that's possible. Yeah, really the only thing I don't like about this game is the virals. The virals are just annoying. They're a pain to fight. I don't like them. And they're even worse than the following too, because whenever you make a noise, they'll come after you. They'll jump on your car and drain your health. It's just like they're not hard to fight. They're just a waste of time. So yeah, if Dying Light didn't have any virals, or if the virals spawned way less frequently, then I'd be fine with it. But that's just how the game is. But yeah, Fallout 4. Barely played through this one as well, but it's fun to hop on and start a new game every now and then. Doesn't really feel like the type of game I'd want to sit through the end for. It's just one that I'll hop on for a little while and just have fun with. But my dad really liked this game on the Xbox One when it came out. He played through like a quarter or half of the main story before he quit, and I liked it too. Yeah, that's the Game of the Year edition. Didn't really get too far in it. It's just not really my thing. Far Cry 3, I like it. Far Cry 3. This one must have been made in French Canada, because there's barely anything on the back. You see that? It's just the same text translated in 3 different languages and really small pictures. The definition of insanity, but yeah. The Far Cry games I really like. I've always loved open world first person games, and this game is basically Call of Duty but open world, which is nice. You get to go around and do stuff. The stealth, I mean the stealth, I like it and hate it at the same time, but it really depends on the mood, I guess, for Far Cry. And here's Far Cry 4. This one is a bit of a step up in terms of gameplay. It's basically Far Cry 3, but more things to do. You can use throwing knives. There's a crossbow. There's a chopper that you can fly. A little bit more extra things to do. Story. I mean, I don't even know what people mean when they talk about a story in a video game, because story like most stories in video games are just very redundant. They clearly lack the quality or the passion when it comes to novels and movies in terms of writing. The dialogue and characters are clearly written by people from Silicon Valley and all that stuff. But I guess if you want a good story, you just gotta have a couple of emotional scenes and a big climax in order for it to be considered a good story, but whatever. So yeah, that's Far Cry 4. Far Cry 5 in Montana. Sort of reminds me of the Midwest a little bit. I wish it was in Wisconsin or Illinois or wherever the Midwest is, but it's in the West because it's in Montana, so it's in the mountains. But the what's the southern region called? The big old flat farm region. What's it called? I think it's called Holland Valley. Yeah, Holland Valley, also known as John's region. It reminds me a lot of the Wisconsin countryside, because there's just a lot of farm areas and hills and lush green plains everywhere. Reminds me of that. So that's nice. Yeah. Far Cry 5, I think it might actually be my favorite in terms of gameplay, even though the progression system, the cult progression system, is pretty bad. Because it levels up way too fast, and you keep going through the missions when you don't want them to, because I think it might be like a later patch update, because they made the cult progression system a lot more faster than it needs to be, so whatever, it was always fast to me. First and second PS5 game in my PS5 game collection, Gotham Knights. My dad got this for me. I don't know why, because the game sucks, but it's bad, and no one really talks about this game anymore. You basically play as the Bat family. I used to be huge fans of the Bat family back then. I was obsessed with them, but not so much anymore. But should have been a lot more fun, but it's just not fun. It's just bad. Gotham Knights. And it's on PS5 too. This should really be on PS4. It doesn't live up to the PS5 quality, especially because it's 30 FPS only. They might have patched it recently, but I don't really keep up with the updates for Gotham Knights, so yeah. God of War, didn't play this yet. I mean, I did play a little bit of it back then on PlayStation Plus on my PS4, but I liked it. The back of the box is it's just one picture and some text. Yep. God of War, it's fun, good story, good mythology, all that stuff. Looking forward to play that someday. So yeah. This one needs no introduction. Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4. Everybody knows what this game is. It's on the PS4. I don't really need to talk about it. I also have it on the PS5 too because it just has better performance, and also because online runs well, and it has the best online support. So that's why I got it for the PS5. It's also because the PS5 was my second PlayStation console, so I got Grand Theft Auto 5. PS4, PS5. You know what it is. I don't need to talk to you about Grand Theft Auto 5. I like it. I love it. Good game. Infamous Second Son. This is my first Infamous game. This case was produced in French Canada because it's got English and French. Right there. This is the PlayStation hits. Far Cry 4 and God of War. Those are also PlayStation hits copies, as well as this one. I really like this game. A little short though, but it works well for what it does. No New Game Plus mode, but yeah. Graphics are still hold up very well. They look better than it looks better than some modern games nowadays. So you have Infamous Second Son. Injustice, Gods Among Us. I hated this game. I played it for like 5 minutes and I rage quit because it's a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up. What's it called? Like a fighting game? You know, like the 2D where you're fighting someone else. That game, fighting game, not my thing. I rage quit after 5 minutes because you're fighting Deathstroke and I didn't know what to do, and I'm just like, you know what? That's not my type of game. Yep. Minecraft on the PS4. This one also needs no introduction. It's Minecraft. I'm more of a fan of the older Minecraft, not the newer one. The Microsoft slop. Whatever they're doing, they basically ruined this game's art direction. They've ruined what makes it special, what made it special back then. So I got the physical PS4 version so I could play on the legacy version on here, but the copy I got was pretty bad. It was all scratched up and it kept crashing, so I might as well throw that in the trash. But yeah, Minecraft, you know what it is. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This is the sequel to Mirror's Edge, the first-person parkour game. That was fun to play. Apparently, not a lot of people like this one. I don't know why, but whatever. This was also one of the first PS4 games I got for my console as well. I only played it for like 1 or 2 or 3 levels before I quit because I was gonna get pretty bored of it after a while. So, yeah. Explore the City of Glass. I mean, every city's made of glass nowadays, so it might as well become faith and just parkour across your city of glass. So, yeah. Need for Speed 2016. Apparently, the EA service has problems with this one nowadays because I barely played through this one. It has live action cutscenes, which looks really bad. Like, even as a middle schooler, the live action cutscenes did not look good. They just did not look good. It was hard to get immersed because I just knew it was pre-recorded footage. But I mean, is it live action or is it just really good CGI? I think it was live action, but it didn't look good. But you know, it's Need for Speed. It's a racing game. Barely played through it. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption on the PS4. This one doesn't have the multiplayer, so I might as well just upgrade it. Just upgrade it to the PS5, but if you have Red Dead Redemption digitally on the Xbox, if you have the Xbox 360 version, don't upgrade it because you're going to lose the multiplayer, 60 FPS, and extra graphical fidelity doesn't really, it's not worth it. Just keep the 360 version because you're going to have the multiplayer, so yeah. But Red Dead Redemption has always been one of my favorite childhood classics of all time, so yep. Red Dead Redemption. And Red Dead Redemption 2. A lot of people love this game too. I loved it as well. This is actually my day one copy. This exact copy I got this on day one, October 26, 2018, when it came out. So I was like in 8th grade at the time. I was in 8th grade when I played this for the first time. I like it, but I don't agree with people saying that it's the best game ever made. It has a lot of problems in terms of gameplay as well as story. A lot of people love to glaze stories in very popular AAA video games, even though there's clearly problems with them as well. A lot of problems with them. But yeah, there are a lot of gameplay elements I don't like, such as the 3-star pelt system. I remember my least favorite time playing this video game was when I was trying to hunt a certain bird, the American robin. It was near one of the rivers in Roanoke Ridge. It was for the quest where you're supposed to give the woman like animal carcasses so she can make them into art. It took me like 10 or 20 minutes just to find one American robin, and if I did find an American robin, it was usually one or two. It was either 1 or 2 stars, a 1 or 2 star level quality pelt, and I had to keep walking down up and down that river trying to find that one bird. It just wasn't spawning, and when I did find it, when I would shoot the bird with a varmint rifle, it wouldn't die. I swear to God, sometimes the birds just don't die when you shoot them with a varmint rifle or the small game's arrows. They never worked for me. So yeah, I definitely prefer the hunting in Red Dead 1 simply because you don't have to like walk on foot for 10 or 20 minutes just to find one animal. All you have to do is just ride your horse and then find the animal that you're looking for. There's also a couple of other elements I don't like, especially the gunplay. The gunplay is just bad. The gunplay sucks in Red Dead Redemption 2. The camera is always shaking, and you can barely move. You move so slow. The cover system barely works. The gunplay is just awful. In my opinion, the gunplay is worse than the 3D GTA games. That's just how bad it is, because they were so obsessed with the realism in this one that it actually hinders the gameplay experience. And I mean, there's a reason why whenever you look at all these Red Dead Redemption 2 video essays and edits, they always show footage of Arthur riding his horse on the countryside and just walking around and all that stuff. They only show that type of footage is when you're just walking around and riding your horse. They never show the gunplay, they never show the hunting, they never show some of the missions, because really that's the only thing they like about it. It's just the walking and the horse riding. Gunplay sucks, some of the missions are bad, some of the characters are unlikable, so yeah. In my opinion, before you call Red Dead Redemption 2 the greatest game ever made, how about you actually play the game first, instead of just like looking at clips of it on YouTube and deciding what you should think about it. So yeah, it's still a fine game, but I have problems with it, so yeah. Last of Us Remastered, this is the game that killed AAA gaming forever, because ever since this game came out, every single game turned into a over-the-shoulder third-person walking simulator. Ever since this game came out, every single game was a third-person over-the-shoulder walking simulator, slow burn, slow moving, ultra-realistic nonsense. I don't know why so many games copy this game's formula when it really should have just been its own thing. If every game didn't try to copy a lot of The Last of Us's elements, then it would have stood out more. Since the test of time, whatever am I saying? But yeah, it's a good game, but really this game should have just been a movie or a TV show. I mean, it's a TV show now, but it should have started off as a TV show, because this is really more of a movie than it is a video game. And I do admit it does have some good gameplay elements, especially the survival mechanics. It has pretty solid survival mechanics, some good tension, some good stealth, and good combat when you can actually get the cursor to aim on your subject. But yeah, the gameplay can stand out very well, but it clearly wants to be a movie more so than anything else. A lot of people don't realize just how actually experimental this game really was, because this game was so influential that a lot of other games, like I said, just copied its formula, because there was really nothing else like it. It really was a cinematic experience, but but quite frankly, I'm very tired with games trying to be movies nowadays. Every single game just wants to be the new cinematic Oscar bait entry into the film industry, and I'm just so tired of it. Lead game developer started calling themselves game directors, and it's like, dude, you're not a director, you're a lead developer. You're not a filmmaker. Stop trying to be a filmmaker. There's director cuts of games nowadays, Ghost of Tsushima, director's cut, Death Stranding, director's cut. And it's like, dude, you want to be filmmakers. Stop trying to be filmmakers. You're a game developer. Quit trying to make games into cutscene simulators and slow walking simulators. And, you know, if you want to be a filmmaker, you might as well just put the controller down and just let the game play itself. Because there's games nowadays that actually lets the game play itself. There's like all these accessibility options and all this stuff. The games clearly want to play themselves, so it's just a movie. And I think another cause for that is because people do nothing but glaze the stories in a video game. Whenever there's a game that's mediocre or sometimes bad, people will always say, oh, but it has a really good story. And I guess all these game developers saw that people really just glaze the story, so I guess they're putting all the main focus on the story now rather than the gameplay. Gameplay is more important, okay? Gameplay is what makes longevity happen, and I think that's the reason why Uncharted is a little bit more popular in terms of gameplay, because it's just a lot more similar. I mean, Uncharted is clearly very cinematic and sometimes very easy to play as long as you're not playing on crushing difficulty, but you know, it's a lot more simple. There isn't a sprint button, there isn't there's no sprint button because Nathan will just run by himself, but I think that's the reason why Uncharted has a little bit more replayability, because the game is a lot more fast-paced and a lot more action-orientated, whereas The Last of Us is a lot more slow-burning, and a lot of people don't really tend to replay that one. They tend to finish it and then they decide they're done with it. But Uncharted, I always come back to, because it's just more simple in terms of gameplay. It's not super duper cinematic, I guess you would say. It doesn't want to be a full-blown movie with 10-minute long cutscenes, but it clearly wants to be a game, you know? It wants to be a game. It doesn't care about realism, especially with the Uncharted 4, even though that one is a lot more slow burn like in the beginning. It gets pretty video gamey at the end of the game. So yeah. Uncharted trilogy, I like it. I tend to play the first one the most. I don't know why, but probably because I kind of find it the easiest, because enemies don't rush you and flank you. So yeah, that's all my PS4 games. As you notice, I only have 2 PS5 games. One should have been on PS4 and the other is just a PS4 repackaging. So yeah. All of these games are PS4 except for 2, because there's just barely any PS5 games. Most PS5 games are remakes and remasters and repackages and, you know, AA failures and flops. There's just more games on PS4. There's more great games on PS4. I mean, Red Dead, GTA 5, some of the Far Cry's, a lot more. All the PS4 exclusives, people are going crazy for the PS4 exclusives. Horizon Zero Dawn, all that stuff. The PS4 games are just simply better, and I feel like that's why I got the PS4 Pro, because there's just more great games on PS4. There's just where's all the PS5 games? So first you barely make any games for the PS5, and now you want to get rid of all the discs. Great job, PlayStation. No one's gonna get the PSX now because you guys went all stupid, but whatever. Let's go back to the video. Now that we got all the PS4 games out of the way, we're now gonna do the PS3 games. And the PS3 game I got last. I got the PS3 last year. And because the PS3 is so old, a lot of these games that I had to get for the PS3 are all used. So we're gonna start with them now. Also A to Z. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, they recently made a remake of this, and it's like the most pointless remake ever. It's just a cash grab. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced It's a cash grab, and guess what? People bought it. People bought Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This game did not need a remake. I mean, aside from the really poorly made mission where you have to break into James Kidd's hideout, there's really no reason to remake this game. It's pointless. But people still bought it. The only reason why Ubisoft made a remaster of Assassin's Creed 4 is because it was popular and because they needed money. Because Ubisoft is running out of money, so now you're going to watch them remake all of your favorite Ubisoft games. They remade Assassin's Creed 4. They're going to remake Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3. They're going to remake Far Cry 3 and probably I Am Alive. Who knows? They're going to remake anything, but Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, I stopped playing after the mission where you have to break into the Assassin's hideout. It was just so badly made. I rage quit. Yep. Assassin's Creed Rogue, I barely played through this one. It's basically a DLC for Assassin's Creed 4. It plays exactly the same. Only difference is you're a Templar now, and that's about it. You're a Templar. And it's also before the events of Assassin's Creed 3, so yeah. Whatever. Call of Duty 4, this one is used. You can clearly tell. Look at that. Look at how wrinkly it is. Wrinkly manual, wrinkly everything. Wrinkly disc, pre-owned. It literally says pre-owned right here. It's old. Yeah. The older Call of Duty games are really hard, seriously. Even when I was playing on easy mode, this one I struggled with quite a bit on the campaign. But yeah. Call of Duty 4, I guess you guys know what it is. It's Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2, I kind of like this one. The favela mission was bullshit though. I hated it. Especially the beginning of the part in the favela mission where you have to like press the crouch button to duck in the car so you don't get shot. And the whole time I was like, what do you do? Why do I keep getting killed? Oh, you had to press the crouch button. Thanks game, you didn't even tell me that. I thought it was in a cutscene. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2. I'm really not big of a Call of Duty guy. I mean, I get them really because of the zombies mode, but I don't really play a lot of the zombies mode either. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops, zombies mode, it's good. Oh, I also have a World at War in the closet, but the disc doesn't work, so I didn't feel like bringing it out because it just doesn't work. So yeah, Black Ops 1. I think Black Ops 1 might be my favorite Call of Duty because it's the most nostalgic one. It's the one I played the most as a kid, especially with the zombies mode. I would always get to round 2 and I would get scared and I would just quit out of the game. So yeah, pre-owned game. This is Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, right there. I also played a little bit of that. I played the training mode, but I never beat the first mission. So yeah, Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2, this is everyone's favorite Call of Duty. I still prefer Black Ops 1 because I never got a chance to play this one as a kid, so I'm a little bit more attached to Black Ops 1, but Black Ops 2 is objectively better in terms of story and characters and choices. It's like the last true Call of Duty, or old gen Call of Duty to have choices. So yeah. Dead Island, the original version, you basically can't find this anymore on Steam or on digitally. It has its proper graphics, its proper art direction, its proper crosshair. It has its proper everything, even though Definitive Edition does some things better, like being able to stack alcohol and being able to like do all this other stuff. Oh yeah. Also, this one, I think the original version of Dead Island is better because the iron sights on the guns actually line up properly. In Definitive Edition, they basically just reskinned the guns from Dying Light, and they didn't even bother to like line the iron sights of the guns correctly. They just got so lazy. So, Vanilla Dead Island, I prefer it more. You can also kick the beach balls too, which is nice. So yeah, it's also the Game of the Year edition. It has everything you need, like the arena DLC, the Rider White campaign, and the other mods. Basically, all of the Game of the Year edition content also goes into Definitive Edition. So, guess it really isn't so special anymore. But yeah, I don't think it won Game of the Year. Did it? Did it actually win Game of the Year? Because if so, then they have some pretty poor taste. But yeah. Grand Theft Auto 4, this is every hardcore GTA fan's favorite GTA. It also happens to be my favorite GTA 2, or at least my most nostalgic childhood GTA game. GTA 4 was one of the very first games I ever played as a kid on the Xbox 360. I was a little too young to play it at the time, but I had fun with it. Yeah. It's dark and gritty. It has physics. It has super duper friendly cops that don't shoot at you at all. It's very that's about it. That's really the three main things GTA 4 Glazers like to say. They like to say that it's dark and gritty. They like to say that the physics are better. They like to say that the gunplay is better. They like to say that the cops are super friendly. They never hit you at all. But it's like there's a lot more elements to GTA 4. All right, can we all just admit that GTA 5 has more content and more fun things to do? It actually has color. You can fly planes and all that stuff. Can we just admit that GTA 5 is more popular because it's just more accessible and fun? You know, I mean, I have fun with GTA 4, but I don't play GTA 4 just so I can get ejected out of the car windshield and watch the main character fly around and all that stuff. I play it because I want to play through the game. And GTA 5 is a little bit more fun in terms of that. But yeah, I still love GTA 4. It's my most nostalgic game ever made. I still play it every now and then, but hardcore GTA 4 fans need to stop comparing it to GTA 5. Let GTA 4 stand on its own. I can tell you're very insecure, okay, guys? You're very insecure, and you need to stop with that. So, yeah, but GTA 4 and 5, I love them both, but the recent glazing for GTA 4 and all the unnecessary forced hate for GTA 5 and the GTA community is really starting to get old at this point. Really getting old, but yeah. And here's episodes of Liberty City, the DLCs for GTA 4, Lost and Damned, and Ballad of Gay Tony. I actually liked the Lost and Damned more because the story and the characters were a lot more engaging. It was very short. I was able to beat it in one day, so it was very tight and focused. And I just love the biker aesthetic, to be honest. The biker aesthetic, the radio stations, Johnny Klebitz, the Lost themselves. It was very fun, very interesting. Rest in peace to the Lost. Rockstar did them dirty in GTA 5, but yeah. Ballad of Gay Tony, a lot of people tend to prefer Ballad of Gay Tony more. I mean, it's fun. It's fun, but oh boy, it had some really big artificial difficulty. The enemies had super powerful weapons, and they would just aimbot you. And it also doesn't help that GTA 4 doesn't have a health regeneration. I mean, the DLCs have checkpoints, but you still don't have health regeneration. So the difficulty was very bumped up in Ballad of Gay Tony. And to be honest, I didn't really like the more lighthearted tone in GTA 4's world. It just didn't fit. The characters I didn't really like that much, especially Armando and Henrique and Maury. I didn't really like the Ballad of Gay Tony. It just wasn't as interesting to me. Like the tonal flips, it isn't really my thing. I prefer GTA 4 and Lost and Damned more, but yeah, I can definitely see why people like the Ballad of Gay Tony, but we have GTA 5. GTA 5 is the lighthearted tone that we all wanted, or what most people wanted, so there's really no reason to play Ballad of Gay Tony anymore. So yeah, but anyways, here's GTA 5 on the PS3, the last gen version, the one with the colored map and the proper vibrant graphics without the weird blue hazy tone. Yeah. There's a couple things that I like in last gen. Like I said, the colored map, the overall 2013 like aesthetic, what else? That's about it. But yeah. I do notice that the cops are a lot more nerfed up in this one, or should I say nerfed back because it's last gen. But I do know that the cops are a lot more aggressive in this one. I had a lot more problems losing them and a lot more problems trying to fight them off. The enemies are a little bit more accurate as well with their weapons. So last gen is a little bit tougher, to be honest. It's a lot more tougher, especially with the lower frame rate and the PS3 thumbsticks and the PS3 triggers. Very difficult, but yeah, GTA 5 and last gen, definitely get this. If you want the true GTA 5 experience, get this. No first person mode, no nothing. Infamous 1 and 2, I haven't played this yet, but it's every Infamous fan's favorite because it's the original, so yep. It's Infamous 1 and 2, including the Festival of Blood DLC. So yep, there it is. Apparently you can use PlayStation Move. I don't know why you'd want to use that. It's whatever. I'm very glad that all the motion capture, or the motion technology for PlayStation and Xbox has gone away, because Xbox Connect and PlayStation Move, they were so gimmicky and obsolete. Very lucky they went out of business. I mean, they're fun to use, I guess. I mean, I played the Avatar Xbox Connect game on the 360, and I had fun with it, but that was about it. It's a product of its time. So yeah, Max Payne 3. If you're gonna play Max Payne 3, please play it on the PC because it's clearly not made for consoles. I got my ass kicked a lot, and I was playing on normal difficulty too. I was playing on normal difficulty with soft lock, and I was getting my ass kicked left and right because I had to use a controller, as well as lower frame rate and unskippable cutscenes, and it just made the experience a lot more tough for me. So yeah, but Max Payne 3, it's a really good game, even though it's very linear. It's almost like a cutscene simulator. When the game actually lets you play, it can be very fun if you know what you're doing at least. But yeah, please don't play it on console. Please play it on PC because you're gonna get the true definitive Max Payne 3 experience with this. But yeah, Max Payne 3, very good. Don't play it on console though. I was raging because it's not made for console, especially for a console like the PS3. It feels more like it belongs on the PS4, so it's just more stable. Better triggers, better joysticks, all that stuff. Yeah. Minecraft on the PS3, this is the true console Minecraft experience, seriously. I've been playing Minecraft ever since like 2011 or 12. That's my Minecraft. The older school Minecraft, the Minecraft where the skeletons don't aim at you, the Minecraft where everything's not so fuzzy and colorful and unicorn-like. The real Minecraft. Java Edition, real Minecraft. I mean, it has the Elytra and the later updates on this one, but, you know, real Minecraft. True Minecraft. That's my Minecraft right there. NCAA, college football, 11. I don't care about football at all. I hate football, so I don't really care about that. Never played it. Red Dead Redemption, Game of the Year edition. It has all the content you need, and it has multiplayer. And I play multiplayer on here, very fun. So yeah, if you're gonna play Red Dead Redemption, get the last gen console versions because you can get multiplayer. Trust me, the multiplayer is very fun. So yeah. Okay, now for our last game. This is probably my favorite guilty pleasure of all time. The Walking Dead Survival Instincts on the PS3. Came out in 2013, right around the time when The Walking Dead, the TV show, was at its peak popularity. Everybody was talking about it. Everyone was watching it. Good times, good time. I was also a fan of The Walking Dead back then too. Way before Negan, way before season 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Back before it was clearly going to drop in quality. Season 1 through 6, it was great. Season 1 through 6, perfect saga. Perfect saga. I mean, Negan's a cool character, but it's really not him as a character. It's really just the show afterwards. It was really Negan that was keeping the show afloat. He was the one carrying the show on his back. But yeah, ever since season 7, the show dropped in quality, and then we got spin-offs. Fear the Walking Dead would have been great if they had it been set in LA the whole time instead of just leaving after like the first couple of episodes. Could have been great. I mean, it was great, but the writers just didn't know what they were doing. But yeah, Walking Dead Survival Instinct, it's objectively a bad game. It's bad game, bad writing, bad gameplay, but a very good horror atmosphere though. And to be honest, it actually captures the vibe of early Walking Dead, the TV show, very well. The washed out gray tone, the very heavy waterphone and horror movie-like soundtrack, the overall vibe. It basically feels like you're playing an episode of early Walking Dead. It's like you're playing the show itself, and I think that's what always kept me playing it. And it's also because it's a zombie game, and I loved zombie games as a kid. Undead Nightmare, Dead Island, this one. I just loved zombie games. Zombie games were my favorite. If any video game had a zombie in it, I would play it. All right. If you wanted me to play a video game, all I had to do was just put a zombie in it, and I would play it. Dead Rising, all that stuff. So yeah. Walking Dead Survival Instinct. It's objectively a terrible game, but I hold on to it very well. Okay, I was like 8 years old when I played this game for the first time, and I always loved it. It's sort of like Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green a little bit. A lot of people play that game as a kid, and even though that game is objectively bad as well, a lot of people hold it very dearly. So I guess you would say this is the 2010s version of Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green. It's basically my version of Land of the Dead, this one. You guys had Land of the Dead, I had The Walking Dead Survival Instincts. Both are basically the same game. They're both licensed zombie games that were pretty mid, but we got nostalgia for it, so yeah. Yep, that's all my PlayStation games. I just wanted to show you all my PlayStation games because we're not gonna have any more physical discs in a couple of years in 2028. So if you guys have PlayStation consoles, buy all of the physical games that you're gonna get, because I have a feeling PlayStation is gonna regret their decision. People are gonna boycott PlayStation, and they're gonna have to bring the discs back. Same thing with Best Buy. They're gonna have to bring the discs back if people boycott them, because I think people are gonna boycott them. But people also bought the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 port for the PS5, so I might not actually happen, but you know. But if PlayStation never brings back the discs and they never resume production, I have a feeling all of these discs that I have are going to be very valuable in the future. Alright, you guys, you need to buy all the PlayStation games you can get on physical, because no streaming service, no digital environment can take away your games if they're in a disc. They just can't take them away. They cannot. So if the world ends, I have a feeling these discs are going to be super valuable, especially The Walking Dead Survival Instincts. This game is basically discontinued. This is going to be very valuable, especially the licensed Activision and Beanox Spider-Man games. Those are already very valuable. I have a feeling this one's going to be very valuable too, but I did buy it on Amazon, so I bought it on Amazon for like $40, $50, I don't remember, but you know. All of these games are going to be very valuable. So yeah, I just wanted to show you them because I don't want to live in a digital world. I don't. I want to own stuff. I want to own my games. I want them physically. I want to own them. I don't want to buy them and then have PlayStation decide what they're going to do with them digitally. I don't want that. I don't want a digital only PS6 console. There's already digital only PS5 consoles. We've had them for 6 years, and I have a feeling they're gonna make the PS6 digital only. The Xbox Series S, I think, is digital only, if I believe. So they already did that with the Xbox Series X, and they're gonna do it with the PS6, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. The thought of not owning any games yourself just kind of depresses me a little bit. So hold on to these games very dearly. Hug them, caress them, tuck them into bed, kiss them goodnight, because we're only going to have them for a couple of years, but yeah. Physical media in general, please get as much of them as possible. Get as much as possible. I already have a huge collection of movies on 4K and Blu-ray downstairs on the bookshelf, and I already have plenty here too. So, yeah. If you love movies and games and music, get them physically, because we're not going to have them all in a decade or two, because people don't fight back, I guess. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking around with my stuttering problems and my speech skills to admire my game collection, except this one. This one I really don't care about. I don't care about that one at all, but yeah. Yep. I'm Dariometry. And thank you all for watching. See ya.